who is in his early 30s, looks like it's all over for him in football outside Brazil. One of those players that was really exciting, and many people really had a lot of belief in him that is gonna be the heir to the throne of Ronaldo and Messi. Things haven't gonna hit work out well because he was living in the shadow of these two, and he never really went ahead to obviously press that battle of consistency down at PSG, because when he was at PSG, the team was built on him. You know what happened? Kylian Mbappe came in through, and these two were obviously having a grudge. You remember that penalty incident, even when Edson Cavani was there? That was really very, very, very bad. And these players were really good, but they couldn't obviously really reclaim what the world really thought he could obviously become. Neymar has now decided to terminate his contract with Al Ahly, a team in Saudi Arabia is playing at, and he's heading back to Brazil to see to it that obviously see himself really winning the hearts of Brazilians back, to see to it that he really plays for his boyhood club where he really came in from. Welcome to the Football News Show. This is Rokani David onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a Tuesday in my country, and we are going to be talking about Stevan Bajcetic and a player known as Laporte, obviously putting himself in line to obviously come up and obviously see himself really play for the team of Real Madrid. So we're here to see to it that everything really moves on as planned, and let's move on into what we call the sponsors of this video. And who is the man behind this video? It's none other than Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. Even if you want a used phone and a used laptop from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and the rest is really gonna be history. And that is the man himself, known as Mono Gadgets. Go ahead and call them. Also have affordable smartwatches, so call them onto that number and they really give you the best that you really deserve into the mix. So that is Mono Gadgets for you. And let's get into this Neymar story. It has been broken by this guy. If you know him, he's really close, and he has gone ahead to break stories from South America, and big stories on where the players in South America are really gonna be going at. And he's known as Cesar Luis Melo, right? And he is really one of those people that really gives us news from South America. He has told us that Neymar has reached an agreement to return to his boyhood club, Santos. Talks are underway to terminate his contract with Al Hilal. Now, when you look at Neymar and what he promised the game of football, we all believe that it was really huge, and we anticipated that he's really going to be that lad. I talked about that at the beginning of the video. Now, when you look at Neymar and all what he really went ahead to obviously go through as a player, and obviously offer us huge promises at Barcelona when they signed him from Santos. It's said they signed him for 150 million euros, though it wasn't really indicated anywhere, but it was really an expensive move for Neymar to obviously come and play for the side of Barcelona. Now, Neymar left Barcelona to PSG and now to Al Hilal, and he feels like he should obviously get back to the side of Santos. And I think it's all about him believing that to obviously reignite his career, he needs to obviously get back to Santos. Like we've gone ahead to see very many Brazilians, for them to reignite their careers and really get up and running, they've chosen to get back home to find themselves into proper lines of competition. For example, look at Willian from Chelsea as a free agent to Arsenal. Had a very bad season at Arsenal, and he went back to Brazil. Was he playing for Botafogo? He returns back into the Premier League at Fulham, and he really regains his full potential, and you saw what he was doing. The other one was Andreas Pereira from Manchester United. He was loaned, I think, to Santos, and he led them to a final of the Champions League of South America, and he put in a very huge shift in there. And now he's back at the side called He's back at the side known as Fulham, and you saw to it that Atletico Madrid and Chelsea were interested in him. He went ahead to reignite his career from that side. So very many Brazilians have gone ahead to feel like they need to obviously get back home and reignite their careers. And I know for Neymar, he's doing it for the World Cup of 2026, which is really going to be looking to be his last, because he knows to it that when he goes to Santos, he's really going to be playing in and out. He's not going to be getting injured as he has always going to hate to be. He'll be feeling home and he'll be playing for his fans. And he'll be like, let me give you this. Maybe his last dance in football will be at Santos and the Brazil national team. And he feels like he needs to do the needful and lift up Brazil. Brazil has, by the way, good players. And if there is a team I can really tip to obviously come in and obviously compete for the World Cup in 2026, Brazil is really going to be among those teams. But it will depend on to how Neymar is really going to be heading to that tournament, because when you look at the tournament that was played in Qatar, he went ahead obviously get injured a little bit, and he needs to refreshen himself. He has been having an ACL injury and he never played football last season, and he's back training with Al Hilal, but looks like he wants to obviously cross to the Brazilian side in the January transfer window to see himself really playing that side to get fired up for the World Cup. You understand? Because the World Cup after this year, we all know that it's really gonna be 1 year to the World Cup. 2025, 2026 will be into the World Cup vibes that are gonna be played in Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. So his net worth is 250 million US dollars. That is really worth some good amount of money for him. He has collected money, and let him go back home and really restart his career there and see to it that he really ticks all the boxes to obviously get back to the Brazilian national team. And I think he has gone ahead to sense danger that if at all he's playing for Al Ahly, it's called Darivo Jr. might not really even think about him to obviously be part of the team of Brazil that is really going to be competing into the World Cup. So he's like, let me get back to Santos, play football game in, game out. I'll be onto the Brazilian team that will go that side. So they are in talks to terminate his contract. I don't know what your thoughts are about this guy terminating his contract. Now, we are having Aymeric Laporte. He's a player playing for Al Nassr, and he's a centre-back who is really 30 years of age. Now, the crisis at the side of Real Madrid has seen them really look for defenders to come and obviously operate in the meanwhile. You get? The crisis is really huge at Real Madrid, I tell you. The crisis is really huge, and if you don't know, then it's high time you really got to know about this crisis that is really happening at Real Madrid. Aymeric Laporte has come out and really spoken about Real Madrid links. His Real Madrid links, and this is what he has gone ahead to say about him being linked to Real Madrid. He has said, if Real Madrid calls me, I'll obviously listen. You can't ignore clubs like that. It feels nice to be linked to them. Now, Real Madrid are really having problems into their centre-back because Vasquez is injured. When you look at Militao is on and off. Alaba is not really getting back, and looks like they're not willing to sign any defender. And Tchouaméni has been played as a centre-back sometimes when they're really having that void of people into that side. So as it stands, when you look at Aymeric Laporte is like, if Real Madrid knocks on my door, I'll obviously go ahead and obviously give them my yes. But remember, he's tied on his contract at Al Nassr until 2026. You understand? So, means that Madrid will have to cough out some money, something that they're not willing to do, because Madrid want to cough money in the summer. And they want obviously target some free agents, like they're targeting Lenioro in this summer, because Lenioro was like, I'm not going to renew my contract. And Real Madrid were like, all right, Lenioro, right now we are signing you for 25 million euros, but if you want, you can really run your contract down and come in next season. And United was like, Lille, we are offering you the amount of money that you want, and let's see to it that you really get us this guy immediately. And he went to Manchester United, you understand? And now Alphonso Davies looks like he's going to be joining them. He's going to be signing a pre-contract in the January transfer window because he's running his contract down. And the other player they're really targeting at Bayern Munich is Joshua Kimmich, whose contract is also going to be running down. And by the way, I've been one of those people who has always going to advise people at Madrid that Toni Kroos was really a very important player, and I think if I look at Joshua Kimmich, he'll be a perfect replacement of that player, because for him, he is really a versatile player. Can play the midfield, can play as a right back and a left back. That is Joshua Kimmich for you, but that's going to be a story for another day. But Neymar is looking to terminate his contract, and Aymeric Laporte welcomes Real Madrid to come and really take him from Saudi Arabia back to Spain and see to it that he really competes into that team that is really going to be playing in the World Cup. But we don't know whether they're really going to go and do that, because they're looking at Christian Romero or William Saliba in the summer. Now, Stefan Bajcetic plays for Liverpool, and he was really sent to Red Bull Salzburg, right? He has come out and really spoken the following. On the day he signed for Liverpool, he said, my dad had been teasing me for a while but didn't tell me anything. One day before class, I saw in a newspaper that I was going to England. It was mostly rumors. Then I got to class and everyone knew that I had signed for Liverpool. So the dad was like, let this be a surprise to my son. I don't want to obviously come out and really tell him that you're really going here. Let it be a surprise to him. And indeed it was. And that's why he has come out and told us that it was really a complete surprise for him as a lad of that age. To say to it that he has gone ahead, obviously find himself surprised that his students knew of his move to Liverpool than him, because the father was like hesitant to obviously say it. But he really had a very good season at Liverpool when they struggled. That was 2022, 2023, right? And the season of 2024, of 2023, 2024, I anticipated that it's going to be having a very huge goal into that side of Liverpool. The guy was injured, and that's how they went in for Endo Fernandez. They wanted to get in Declan Rice. They couldn't get him. They even made a bid of £115 million for Moise Caicedo, but they couldn't obviously get him because Chelsea went ahead, obviously convinced the player of their project than Liverpool. So that's what we went ahead to happen. But obviously, I think Red Bull Salzburg, and is really playing very well, and I really love him. He's a CDM and he's very press resistant. That is Stefan Bajcetic. So guys, your thoughts on Neymar to terminate his contract at Al Hilal are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about it? Then your thoughts onto the guy called Aymeric Laporte. If Madrid is calling, he says he'll respond to the call and will find himself playing for Real Madrid. Stefan Bajcetic, what do you make about the day he got to know that he has gone ahead to sign for Liverpool? Continue to subscribe to this channel. And this is Rokani David onto the Rokani Media Football. Let's see close to 100 likes watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we need to hit 30,000 subscribers. I told you, after this international break, you're going to be hearing very many transfer stories. And last night, I came up with that story of Randall Cole Muani, and more to that is really coming to your desk, or to your desktop, to your gadgets, phones, iPads, smart TVs, and so on and so on. I'm out. Bye bye for now. See you later.